Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you thought the AI space was taking a breather, think again. Over the last few days, we've seen an absolutely massive wave of model deployments, internal source map leaks, and some radical pricing shifts from the biggest players in the industry. But, we aren't here to talk about the general hype. We're here to focus purely on what these rapidly advancing tools mean directly for you, the developer, and how they're going to fundamentally change your daily engineering and coding workflows.
Okay, let's dive into this breakdown. We're looking at the next model wave, Anthropic's developer upgrades, OpenAI's engineering powerhouse, and finally, DeepSeek's pricing disruption.
Starting right off with Section 1, the next model wave. The sheer volume of releases currently hitting the market and slated for the very near future is just staggering. Let's rewind a bit. Back on March 31st, Anthropic accidentally shipped a massive 500K internal debugging source map through a Claude Code NPM update. That gave us our first real hints at what's next. Then, boom, late April, OpenAI drops GPT 5.5. And now, June is shaping up to be an absolute powerhouse of a month, packed with major workflow-altering releases like GPT 5.6 and the highly anticipated Sonnet and Opus 4.8 launches. For us developers, our toolset is upgrading faster than literally ever before.
Moving right along to Section 2, Anthropic's developer upgrades.
Let's shift our focus to Anthropic and look at the highly anticipated flagship deployments they're prepping behind the scenes. First up is Mythos 1, which was recently discovered under the model slug Claude Mythos 1 Preview. This is essentially Anthropic's new flagship, and it's actively being readied for heavy-duty testing across Claude Code, cloud security, and their SDK. While it briefly popped up inside the Claude app before vanishing, the back-end strings suggest Anthropic is targeting this model heavily towards enterprise and future agentic infrastructure testing. It's a crystal-clear signal that they're building tools meant for rigorous, large-scale technical environments.
Now, what's really interesting here is this number. 98% represents the expected visual understanding accuracy of the incoming Sonnet 4.8. For developers, this is huge. It means you'll soon be able to take messy architecture diagrams, complex screenshots, or even just rough UI mockups, and the model will have the precision to reliably turn those visuals straight into accurate functional code. No more manual translation.
And the coding benefits of Sonnet 4.8 definitely don't stop at vision. The leaks point to this being the ultimate toolkit for developers who need exact execution. We're looking at much cleaner one-pass completions. That means way less time iterating on broken syntax. It's also expected to have far more literal instruction following. Plus, there are internal mentions of a new X high reasoning effort. This aims to give you the rigorous, logical problem-solving capabilities of higher reasoning modes, but, and here's the best part, without the agonizing wait times we currently suffer from.
So, the crucial point here is the trade-off. While the coding capabilities are absolutely skyrocketing, the updated tokenizer in these new models reportedly consumes about 30% more tokens on the exact same prompts compared to older Sonnet models. As a developer, while you're getting a significantly smarter assistant, the new token economics might chew through your rate limits and budgets noticeably faster. But Anthropic is pushing far beyond just the terminal or the chat interface. They're expanding their broader productivity ecosystem with a new co-work referral program. What's super notable here is that they're actively bundling integrations for Claude Code with enterprise staples like Excel, PowerPoint, and Chrome. They want their AI deeply integrated into every single window of your workflow, the whole shebang.
All right, let's look at Section 3, OpenAI's engineering powerhouse.
Let's see how this all builds into OpenAI's incoming toolkit. OpenAI is definitely not resting on the laurels of their recent 5.5 release. Right now, GPT 5.6 is being quietly evaluated in developer environments under canary testing tags like Iris Alpha, Ember Alpha, and Beacon Alpha. This mirrors the exact quiet testing patterns OpenAI used right before launching 5.5. In fact, internal researchers are already using GPT 5.6 as their daily driver for intense debugging and technical workflows ahead of its planned June launch.
To really understand why GPT 5.6 matters so much, we need to talk about agentic workflows. These are systems where an AI doesn't just answer a single prompt, but independently navigates, plans, and executes complex, multi-step technical tasks. For autonomous software development, the ability of a model to reliably string together multiple logical steps without hallucinating or losing context is a massive game changer. And that is exactly where GPT 5.6 shines. Based on the source material, this model is literally responsible for internal math breakthroughs at OpenAI. It boasts significantly stronger multi-step reasoning, making it incredibly adept at those agentic workflows we just defined. Furthermore, it features vastly improved front-end generation quality. If you're building complex applications, these specific features make GPT 5.6 an unparalleled engineering powerhouse for your stack.
Finally, Section 4, DeepSeek's pricing disruption.
We all know frontier intelligence is incredibly expensive to run, which brings us to a massive plot twist. DeepSeek recently made one of the most aggressive pricing moves in the history of the AI space. That massive 75% pricing discount they introduced for their near state-of-the-art DeepSeek V4 Pro, well, they just officially confirmed it's completely permanent. You are getting near-frontier performance at a fraction of the historical cost. Your CFO is absolutely going to love you.
And this brilliantly illustrates the disruption. Let's look at the raw token economics. For 1 million tokens, OpenAI's GPT 5.5 and Anthropic's Opus 4.7 are charging you around $5 for input and $25 to $30 for output. But DeepSeek V4 Pro? It's sitting at just 43 cents for input and 87 cents for output. It undercuts the competition massively while still competing in the exact same tier for many coding and reasoning workloads. DeepSeek is definitively the new financial king for developers.
So why does this matter so much? Because when you're running autonomous agentic systems, or letting an AI grind through thousands of lines of legacy code, token costs stack up extremely fast. This massive, permanent price cut is the true enabler. It allows you to build large-scale, automated engineering systems without instantly draining your infrastructure budget.
Before we wrap up, the source material made a point to address the broader conversation around these tools. Despite the loud, fear-driven narratives and misinformation often found online, it's important to impartially recognize what these models are actually doing right now. They're undeniably accelerating scientific research, directly assisting developers in their daily hurdles, and dramatically increasing global productivity. They're practical tools solving real-world problems today.
So, we leave you with this. You now have models like GPT 5.6 and Sonnet 4.8 offering unprecedented multi-step frontier intelligence. On the flip side, you have models like DeepSeek V4 Pro offering near frictionless token costs. The barriers to entry for autonomous, highly capable software systems have literally never been lower. So, the question is, how will you architect your next application? Thank you for joining me on this explainer, and I look forward to exploring the next breakthrough with you soon.